Everybody. Welcome to Phil and Dave's Excellent Adventures. Just Dave here. Today I'm talking about the movie Inside Out 2. This will be a spoiler review, so if you are concerned about spoilers, I would suggest you go and watch the movie first before you watch this review. So Inside Out 2 is a sequel to Inside Out. It follows Riley as she goes through puberty, joins her friends at hockey camp. So as far as what I liked about the movie overall, I love the cast. Amy Poehler is back as Joy. She's always great. I really like her voice. I liked that Duncanville show that she did. I wish they wouldn't have canceled it. Maya Hawke is in here as a new character, Anxiety. She was really good. I didn't recognize her voice at first, but yeah, she did a great job. We've got a couple new characters or new actors in here replacing the old actors. So Liza Lapira replaces Mindy Kaling as Disgust, and Tony Hale replaces Bill Hader as Anger. I think they're both, or I'm sorry, Fear. I think they're both good. I like them. I have nothing against Tony Hale, and I'm not really familiar with the other actors, but yeah, I think they were fine, but I did miss Bill Hader a little bit for sure. Lewis Black is back as Anger, though, and I always like Lewis Black, and I think he's actually really good in this. He does more than just yell, which is sometimes all he does, but I liked him in this. Phyllis Smith, of course, from The Office comes back as Sadness. She's great as well. We've got new characters as well as Anxiety. There's also Envy, played by Ayo Edebiri, and Adèle Exarchopoulos as Ennui, and then Walter Hauser as Embarrassment. We also got June Squibb shows up as Nostalgia. They were all really fun. I enjoyed them all. I like the actors. I would say Ennui and Embarrassment were probably my favorites. I also liked Nostalgia when she showed up. That was really funny. We've got the kind of real people, I guess, or the non-emotional people. So Kensington Tallman plays Riley in this. She's replacing Caitlin Diaz from the next one. She does a really good job in this. I like there's some really funny, cringy, like emotional things that she does there. Lilimar Valentina Val is the hockey player at her school. Grace is her friend. Samaya is her other friend. They were all good. I like them. Diane Lane and Kyle MacLachlan show up as her parents. They were good as well. And Yvette Nicole Brown as the coach. We also had a couple other people there. Ron Funches shows up as Bluefy. I like Ron Funches. He's got a funny voice. James Austin Johnson shows up as Pouchy, and of course John Ratzenberger, because he's always got to be in these movies. But yeah, it's always fun to hear his voice, so that was good. I really like the music in this. It was by a woman named Andrea Dotzman. She worked in the music department for Inside Out 1, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Star Trek. But as far as composing, this is kind of her first full-length movie, I think. She did some shorts like Carl State and Doug Days, which are both related to the Up thing, but she's actually the first woman to score a Pixar film. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I actually really liked her score. Michael Giacchino did the last one, and he sometimes I don't really like him that much. So I think I like her score better in some ways. I really like the overall themes and ideas of this, the way they kind of deal with the emotions and how they work, and the core memories, or the not core memories. I forget how they've structured, but the entire thing and the way they kind of delve into the brain and how it works is very interesting to me, and I really like it. I think there's a lot of relatable moments in here, like saying that her favorite band sucks, because she doesn't want to look lame in front of her new friends, and like running off with the other friends because she doesn't want to she wants to make new friends or whatever. The whole situation, a lot of stuff I can relate to, even as a 41-year-old man, was still really good. I like the whole sarcasm thing that actually forms a chasm. That was really fun, and the way that it sort of translates whatever you say into being sarcastic. That was really funny as well. I liked how at the end they sort of show that anxiety can be useful. If it's used correctly and in small amounts, it can actually help prepare you for things in the future and that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that. And there's different animation styles that show up, like Pouchy and the other one, I said the name earlier, the Blue's Clues character. I always like to see different styles of animation, and even the video game character looks more like a video game. So that was kind of cool. I always like to see that kind of stuff. And all the humor too. Again, the video game guy where he's got his stupid attack where he can just roll. That was very funny, but they gave him a way to use it, a little quicker than I expected, but that was still good. I'd like to see that. So overall, yeah, really like this movie. It was really funny. It was really cute. There's a lot of good emotions, and I think I really enjoyed it. I think it works well as a kid's movie, and it also works as a movie that adults don't mind watching with their kids as well. As far as what I disliked about it, no Bill Hader, which I know contract disputes or whatever. They didn't want to pay him enough, or he, whatever. But yeah, and honestly, Fear only probably has maybe 10 lines in the whole movie, but I don't know. I still missed seeing Bill Hader in there. And there's no real antagonist in this one. Anxiety, I guess, is the antagonist, but at the end, she becomes like a friend. They all kind of learn to get together, which is fine. It's a kids movie that makes sense, and I like that. But also, like, Disney has done that, or Pixar has done that for like the last 5 movies. So it's like, I don't know, maybe there's other ways to resolve your storyline than that. And maybe it's a little too intense. I will say I enjoyed it. I'm someone who has maybe some sort of anxiety issues, but it may have been a little too anxiety inducing for some people. I watched it with my niece who's 17, and she said she liked it, but she never wants to watch it again. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I feel like for people who don't have major anxiety issues, it's probably okay, but I honestly don't know. I feel like a lot of younger kids probably won't notice and pick up on that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is something that maybe for a certain age group, at least, is a little, or certain types of people, is a little too real, a little too intense. And I'm sure a lot of smarter people than me can point out there's flaws with the psychology involved. I don't, whatever. I'm not going to nitpick it. It's a kid's movie. So other than that, movie is directed by Kelsey Mann. It's his feature debut. He was a story supervisor on Onward, Good Dinosaur, and Monsters University. It was written by Meg LeFauve, who worked on the first Inside Out and Captain Marvel. Dave Holstein, who worked on a bunch of TV shows, Weeds, The Brink, Kidding, and Kelsey Mann, the director who wrote The Good Dinosaur. A lot of good dinosaur people show up in this, which is kind of interesting because that movie was, kind of a big failure for Pixar. But hey, they got a chance to, kind of redeem themselves. So that's pretty cool. Budget on this one, $200 million. So far, it's made $295 million. So I'm sure it's going to do fine. It's going to make its money back. It opened to 155 million domestic, which is way more than they expected. They expected it to open to under 100 million. And then once the first day, and Thursday night previews started rolling in, they're like, okay, never mind. We've got something on our hands here, which is good for them. Disney, as much as I kind of hate them and they're a terrible company, they need a hit. So I'm kind of glad for them in a way. Rotten Tomatoes in this one, good. Critics are at 91%, the audience is at 96%. So yeah, everyone's liking it for the most part. So it grossed 155 million domestically in its opening weekend. It's the highest or second highest opening for an animated film. The only thing higher was Incredibles 2. And I noticed too, I think the trailer had the most views, even more than like Frozen 2. So I know they drafted the screenplay actually had different emotions. They had freedom, which was white, love, which was magenta, passion, which is cyan, and strength, which is black. And then later they replaced them with, what we got. The pair of binoculars that they use, Joy and Sadness use, are Lenny from the Toy Story movie. So that was kind of cool. There's a couple of questions I did have, and other people have pointed out too, like, why don't her parents have the new emotions? Her parents don't have ennui or envy or anxiety or embarrassment. So do those just go away as you get older? I don't know. And it seems like everyone else's emotions are the same gender they are, whereas Riley's are a mixture of male and female. So again, it's casting or whatever, and they just kind of didn't think about it. But it's a little like, okay, what's the deal with that? I don't know. Is Riley trans? God. But my niece pointed this out. I actually didn't notice it, but apparently her friend Bree, she said all of her emotions had braids, which I didn't notice, and maybe not all of them did. But it seems a little, there's other hairstyles that you can use besides just braids, Disney. So yeah, that's just a sort of an odd thing. But other than that, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really fun. I really liked it. I thought as far as, like I said, it works as a kid's movie. It also works for adults. They can enjoy it. I laughed out loud at several different things, and I found a lot of stuff to be very relatable, even as, someone who is well removed from Riley's age. So I think my score on it's going to be a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great, almost perfect, honestly, in a lot of ways. But if you saw the movie, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you here again